welcome back to my channel, The Little Sewing Room. My name's Chris and I'd like to welcome you all back who's subscribed, and to anybody who's new to this channel, I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm afraid it's been quite a while since I made my last vlog as I've not been very well. I can't believe that I managed to get all the way through the pandemic and had no ailments whatever, and then this year within the last 6 to 8 weeks I've had 2 really bad colds. And when I say colds, it could be flu. They just don't seem to, you know, usually a cold couple of days, but I've had these for weeks, and even now I sometimes get a bit of a foggy throat and my nose will start to run, and even though it's been 3-4 weeks. So yes, so I'm sorry it's not been, I've not done any vlogs in between. The last time I did a vlog was just before we went to the Stitching for Pleasure show at the NEC. And so I thought I'd show you what I bought at the NEC. I went with a budget. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on haphazard things. I thought I'd go with an idea in mind of what I want to do. One of the ideas is there was a few little bits and pieces that I wanted to make my sewing a bit easier. One of them is this pin cushion that goes on your wrist, because when I'm sewing, I sew in here, but I go into the dining room to do the ironing. And if I'm taking an M up or I need to pin something, you can guarantee I'm in there, I'm halfway through it and I think, oh, I ain't got my pins, because I've got a magnetic pin holder. So I'd have to come in and fetch that, take that back in there, then I come back in here when I want my pins in here, I've left it in there. So I thought at least with that I've got them with me all the time, or at least some. So I thought, right, I'll get that. The other thing is I wanted some fine pins. The pins I use at the minute are these like a button top pin. I like them because they're quite long. They are quite fine, but also they very easily lose the top. So I thought I'll get some fine pins. So as I was looking around, I found these extra fine glass head pins, which I bought, and I thought, well, there's 100 in it, we'll see how we get on. If I need any more, I can always get some more. So that was another purchase. And from the same stall, these all came from the same place. Because I've been doing some sewing with Miraflex thread, because my eyesight's not very good, I can sit there stretching it and think, how does that move? But when it comes to the bobbins, I can't always tell which ones have got Miraflex thread on. So I thought I want a separate bobbin holder just for the Miraflex thread. The ones that I've got my normal bobbins in are these ones, which I find handy, but the tops keep falling off sometimes, and I try to keep colours. I've got a couple of those and I keep certain colours in one and different colours in another. But I saw this one, and as you can see, it's got like a foam insert which the bobbins sit in. It also came with this needle threader, which is quite handy. So at the minute I've got a couple of Miraflex threads, and then I've got a couple of Sherwin elastic bobbins in there. So that keeps those separate from my other bobbins, so that I can find them without having to struggle to see which they are. I didn't go with, the last time I went to the stitching show, I spent a lot of time looking around and then I went back to buy what I wanted, and then I went round again and bought something else. So I thought, well, I want to be more organised this time. So what we did was we went in, we had a steady walk round, we then went and had some lunch, and then we went back and I purchased what I wanted. Didn't buy an awful lot of fabric. As I say, it was more the bits and the pieces that I bought. But the few bits that I did buy is, I bought this cotton. I have an idea of making, well, I was going to make a top with it. It's quite a nice little ditzy print with this sky blue background, and it's got lilacs and pinks and whites in it, a bit of darker blue. And I thought, well, I've got 2 meters, I'll probably make a top. So that was my first purchase of fabric. And then on the same stall they had this linen mix. It's a John Loudon cotton linen. And I wanted to make some in this lovely blue. I wanted to make some sapphire trousers from holidays, and I didn't want anything too heavy. And actually, when you look at both these together, they do tend to blend in well, because the dark blue on there is the same colour. So I thought I could make a pair of sapphire trousers and then have the pattern for a top. Whether it'll stay like that is another thing. You know what we like, we have these ideas and then we change it. But my most expensive purchase of the day was this satin, this silk. And I thought it was beautiful. Now, I had a couple of thoughts. The Sicily slip dress, which I'm just not 100% sure whether it's something I would wear. Although I do like summer dresses and strappy dresses in the summer. So I've got the pattern and downloaded it. I've not stuck it together or anything yet. It's just, the other thing is to make some silk pyjamas out of it. So I'm in 2 minds at the minute what to do, whether to make the dress or make the pyjamas. So that's the things that I bought from the show. And I'd just like to, as well, I'd like to thank my daughter-in-law for making me this mug for my birthday. In fact, she made me 2, excuse me. I still get a bit of a froggy throat, so that eases it a little bit. Yeah, lovely they are. I'm really pleased with those. And the 2 things that I made are the same thing. They're both Lyra dresses. I'll show you this one first. I decided that everything I'm making is patterned, so I'd like to have a go at doing something that is plain rather than patterned. So it's looking on the internet and at First for Fabrics, and they had this lovely viscose in plain colours, and so I thought, right, I'll make it into a Tilly dress. So it's this lovely Zor blue, as it's called, and I'd washed the fabric, ironed it, I got the pattern out, I cut it out, made it up, and for some reason, although I've made this dress before, twice, and I've gone down a size because I've lost weight, I made it, when I put it on, it was massive. And even now, it is still quite big. So I've took it in on the sides, and it just seems to go, grow and grow, and the length of it is quite long, and I prefer the big gather piece at the top and then a frill at the bottom, and the frill is about half the width of what it normally is, which is the way I've made the last couple. The sleeves, instead of just putting the elastic in the bottom, I decided to put a little band on the bottom, and it was still massive, so I just had enough to make some very tiny ties on either side. So I thought, oh, I can't understand why it's done that, why it's so big, because I downsized. So I wanted to make this one to wear to the stitching show, and I know a lot of you will notice the fabric, and it's the same one as Rachel at Stitched Up made. Again, I make them, I prefer them with the long tier and then a half frill at the bottom. This one I've done the normal sleeves, and this one I've done in a size 2. I have got ties on the back, and this one fits better. I must admit, I do like these buttons. I'll show you a bit closer if I can. They have a swirl on them, and I thought it just, you can't really see the buttons on the dress, but when they catch the light, because they've got the swirls on, they tend to stand out that little bit, and that does fit a lot better. I still wear the other one because, like I say, you can pull it in to tie it, and like I say, the plain one seems to have grown because it's almost a maxi. I would say it's only that far off my feet, where this one is midway between my knee and my ankle, which is the length I've decided I do like. So I have no idea why the plain one ended up being quite so big, unless I just, but then again, it can't be that I just stretched the fabric, else it wouldn't be equally stretched, would it? You can never if you want to stretch it, you can't always get it to do it equally. So I have no idea with that. So that's the things that I've bought, and that's the things I made in March. We are coming up, we're in the middle of April, today's the 17th. This video should go up either later today or tomorrow, but I enjoyed my day at the stitching show. We drove down. Last year when we went on a coach trip. There was a little shop in the next town that got a trip up to go to the show. So we went on the bus coach last year, but that little shop's closed down now, so there was no one local that was doing it, so we decided that I'd drive. I've got no problem about driving, it was just getting there, and with it being such a big place, trying to find parking and everything. So I paid for prepaid parking, and it was a bit of a rigmarole because we got there and we kept following the signs, but then we had to find express parking 3. We couldn't see it anywhere, so I drove up to one gate and asked the security man on the gate, and he says, "Oh, just keep going up and round the corner." So up we went round the corner, and then when we went round the corner we got to a dead end, and I thought, oh, this isn't right. So I turned round and we pulled into another one with some security man on, and I explained that I was told to come up this way, and he says, "Oh no, you're down there," and it's actually just round the corner from where the first man was that I spoke to. So I can't believe that we ended up driving all round the back when it was the wrong place to be. But we found it, we parked, we was a couple of 100 yards away from the building, although we didn't buy enough that because we thought if we bought stuff and it was making it awkward, we'd take some back to the car and then go back in, but we didn't need to do that. We had an enjoyable day. We left. The other thing is, when you go in the car you can leave when you're ready, whereas when we were on the coach we had to sit and wait, and we were absolutely shattered. So it was nice to be able to say, yeah, we've done, we'll make his way home now, and so that's what we did. Really did enjoy it, and we'll do it again. So this vlog will go up, as I say, either tonight or tomorrow, and I have got some pictures of me wearing these dresses so you can see the difference in them, and I'm going to do another back-to-back vlog of what I made after those and into April. So I hope I see you again. If you do like my video, please like and subscribe. I'm sorry I'm a bit hit and miss with things. As I say, I've not been very well, and it seems to have left me with a bit of a foggy brain, that sometimes I think I've said things and I'm going to do things and I haven't actually done it. But as I say, if you did like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. So see you soon. Bye.